Welcome to Grummy's kitchen, the step-by-step guide to making sambal. Okay, step one.
Right, first of all, we're going to start with the chili, which is the most important bit to make a sambal. And I'll show you how to prepare the chili.
Dried chilies.
Right. What you need to do is cut it like this, halfway, to take as much seeds as possible, because the more seeds you have, the spicier it gets. So do with the rest of your chili.
What do you do
like
with the
so.
seeds?
Well, chuck them out.
Ah.
So anyway, as you're cutting it, the seed will fall out by itself anyway, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. And so anyway, once you get to the required amount, what you need to do is to put in the saucepan, fill up with water, and boil it until it's softened. You could take 10 minutes or could take 20 minutes, it depends on the quantity you have. So anyway, right, put this in water.
Without the seeds?
Well, hopefully without the seeds, if you can do that. And then the seed will fall out. And then put that in a saucepan and fill it up with water and boil.
That was stage one? Hang on.
Right, when it is boiled and soft, you need to put it in a blender. Make sure you drain the water that you boil it in. You add a tiny bit of water so that the blender will, not too much water, because you don't want it to be too runny.
So you want it like that?
Yeah, and grind it in the blender until you get that.
And how stiff
paste.
is that? So if I use a knife.
Yeah, it's quite.
Yeah, that sort of consistency.
It's turned into a paste. But like I say, if the blender doesn't run, just put a tiny bit of water so that it'll run smoothly.
Okay, that was step two. Pausing. Wait. Okay, and now step three.
And here I prepared onion and garlic. Only garlic. Onion and garlic. No ginger. Just onion and garlic. And in here, because I have about a kilo chili. Chili paste, and you want in here. I've got about 4 large onion and about 8 each garlic, and you blend it in a blender until you get into a paste.
Okay, that was
it's difficult for me to give you the exact quantity, but I think what you need is around about 40% of onion and garlic paste to chili.
So if you've got 1 kilo of chili, you want 400 grams of garlic and onions.
But like I say, it's approximate. I don't measure a lot. So
okay, right.
Anyway.
Okay, and on to step 4. Obviously, taking a large pan on the heat.
And,
some oil.
Yeah, you need a fair amount of oil, because you want to cook out the chili and onion paste properly. You can once it's cooked, you can take out the oil from the surface. So yeah, don't be alarmed with the amount of oil in here, because you take out once it's done.
Okay.
And you can use the chili oil to put into your noodle dish or whatever.
Ah, so you get chili oil afterwards off the top, yeah.
So this is one of the most crucial parts of making sambal, because it really has to cook out
So how long is that going to take?
well, take as long as it takes. I'll show you the consistency afterwards.
Right, so
Right, you put the onion first.
and that's going to cook for a little while now. So I'll pause here. So this is cooking away on a high heat for about 5 minutes now.
Right, it's been 5 minutes. And we put in the chili.
Now add in the chili, ground up chili stuff.
The chili paste.
So this is step 4, I think. It's been 2 videos.
So now,
Or more. All that's in. Still on a
still on a first.
fairly high heat there, you can see.
Yeah. At this point, we need to keep on stirring, and it will be quite a while before it's ready.
So was it 5 minutes or more stirring?
So yeah, make sure you combine the chili and the onion paste thoroughly. And if it looks too dry, you can add a little bit more oil.
Oil.
Because this is the most important stage of making sambal,
So
because the chili need to be properly cooked out.
being like an interviewer on the telly, you've not added any salt or other seasoning.
No, just do this until it's.
And it's just plain. What sort of oil? Any old sunflower type oil?
Yeah. I added a little because it looks a bit dry.
I added a bit more because it was dry.
Right, and you can see the colour now.
Yeah. You go a bit closer so you can see the colour. Look at that. And there you go.
Merging together. And this it could take half an hour.
Oh.
Well, because of the quantity, obviously it takes longer to cook. If you only do a small quantity, it probably won't take.
So how do we know when it's ready?
Right, I'll show you when it's right. Just cook this out. Stir it occasionally, obviously, because you don't want it to burn. The bottom to burn. And you can turn the heat down a tiny bit to half
throttle.
and then you can just leave this to cook and come back every now and again to give it a really good stir.
Okay, so I'll pause the video here and we'll come back when it's cooked a bit more. Okay, this is about 5 minutes later now, and cooking away fiercely, and chef is continuing to stir, and you can see it's bubbling away.
Yeah, it looks like the oil is breaking, but it's not quite ready. If you see there, you can see.
What am I looking for?
Yeah, you can see the difference. There's oil here, but when you lift it out, it still looks pretty raw. So you just continue cooking.
Keep going.
I'll show you the stage.
Probably be another 5 minutes, so I'll pause the video again.
Yeah.
This is like another 6 or 7 minutes later. Unfortunately, this is not smell-o-vision because it's you can certainly smell the chili and garlic in the air now. Still on fairly high heat, still bubbling.
And it's still not ready.
Still not ready, so I will pause.
Yeah,
and
you can tell by there's not a lot of oil floating on the top.
a little bit there.
And also what you need to look for is the sides. The sides here, when they start to have more oil,
Okay.
that means it's cooked up properly. It's not quite cooked up properly.
Okay, we'll pause here and come back in a little while. Okay, and we're back. This is altogether about 15 minutes.
Right, this is not 100% ready yet, But where you can see the difference is the color of the chili is darkened a little bit more than before. And when you draw from the side in, you can see this. If you see a puddle of oil going in,
oh yeah, oh.
yeah, you can tell that means the oil from the chili is now starting to cook out.
Yeah, you can see that there now.
Yeah, you can see. So I'll give it another 2-3 minutes, and in the meantime,
moving over here.
right, this is the tamarind.
Right.
Okay, you need to put water in, and you squeeze the juice out of the tamarind. And you do not want to use the seeds. You make sure you squeeze it until it's quite, the pulp is clean. And obviously, yeah, you can see there, this is what you do not want to use. You just want to use the water that come out from the... So I'll leave that there for a bit. Right, leave that for a bit.
Meanwhile, back over here, it's still cooking away. So I'll pause and come back in a moment. So this is about 20 minutes altogether cooking time. Over to the chef.
Right, and you can see the oil is what they call it, breaking, and you see a lot more oil came up to the surface of the chili.
Can you cook it too much?
Well, but rather, as long as it's not burned, you can cook. Some people can spend an hour cooking it.
Right.
At a low heat, obviously. I'm just doing it quickly now. Right, as long as you have control. So anyway, right. Now I'm pretty happy. Look at the oil on the side coming out.
Yeah.
And lots of oil coming to the surface.
And the colour's changed as well.
Yeah. And now.
Oh, that's better. That's the more realistic colour.
Oh. Let's see. Right,
okay.
Now you need to put sugar.
How much sugar?
Well, I'm putting in about 3.5 tablespoons.
3.5 tablespoons of sugar.
And make sure you cook them out as well. And the colour will become darker. That's what you want. Yeah, wait till the chili changes colour. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, it's starting to darken a tiny bit.
Yeah, the colour with this light, if I turn this light off, although it's darker, it gives you a better idea of natural daylight of the colour. A little bit more sugar, says chef.
I can't see what I'm doing.
No.
Right. Yeah, right, it's well, the sugar just caramelize the so that's why it gets, that determines the color of the sambal. If you don't do that, the sambal will be quite pale.
Can you take a spoonful just by the window so you can see the natural colour by the light? By daylight? No, because yeah. If we just move it to the window with its natural daylight, you'll be able to see the colour better. There, see? Okay, thank you. Back to the pot.
Just keep cooking until it changes a smidge more.
And we just pause now for a minute. We'll just...
it shouldn't be too long because it will turn very quickly.
Okay.
Right, at this point you need to keep stirring because of the oil.
Quick taste.
Yeah, just taste the sweetness. A tiny bit.
Bit more sugar, says chef.
Yeah, just another half tablespoon. Right, it's changing quite quickly now.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see. Yeah, the colour's starting to
If I turn this light off just a moment, you'll be able to see the real colour. Just 1 second. If I find the right switch. There we go. So you can see it's quite sort of gone to sort of a browny red colour now. Dark, very dark red. Okay, I'll just pause a second. Okay, this is video 3 because it was getting too long. Only about a minute has passed since the video 2.
Once it's dark and caramelized, the sugar, this is the time to put the
In goes
the tamarind water. Right.
but not the seeds, just the water. Oh, I can smell that. Chef wants a little bit more tamarind water.
This is also to guess what consistency you want. You want to slacken it a little bit, otherwise it'll be too thick. So
Quite a bit of tamarind water gone in there.
yeah, just to dilute it a bit.
And you'll know when you're cooking it from the smell. I can't really describe it, but it's changed all of a sudden.
So at this point we'll put salt.
Seasoning.
Yeah, just salt. So you don't need pepper. Right. When I'm making sambal, I leave it to be quite thick because you can add water as you need it because of the storage, and obviously the thicker the less space. And if I want to make something else out of it, I will dilute it a little bit more.
A bit like a concentrate, really.
Yeah, this is very concentrated. You can taste. Yeah.
Bubbling away.
Yeah, you need some more sugar.
A bit more sugar to taste.
It's not. And a bit more salt.
A bit more salt to taste.
Yeah, you can see there.
Oh, it's starting to thicken.
The oil is all coming up to the surface. That means
And it's still on a medium to high heat. Been kept boiling all the way.
And if it's not sour enough, you can add some more tamarind water, or just taste it according to your palate, I suppose. If you want it sweeter, put more salt, more sugar, or not salty enough, put some.
So it's all added to taste, really.
Yes.
Okay, pausing now on video 3. Video 4, chopping some onions.
Right, this is optional extra. It just give it a bit of texture to the sambal. It's just sliced onion.
Red and white onions mixed, it would seem.
Oh, you don't have to, just one colour. And put it in the sambal. and then cook it out until the onion is softened, which might take about between 5 to 10 minutes.
Right.
And you can see the colour now, completely.
I'll just do the light again.
Completely.
There, you can see the colour. Yeah, I know. Just so they can see the colour on the film, it's quite dark, almost a browny colour.
Yeah, you can see.
The light above the cooker is a bulb, so it's
Right.
making it more red than it actually is.
Right. So this is the basic sambal. Yum. Right. This is a bit, like I said, this is a basic sambal. If you're making fried rice, just use this up. Use a couple of tablespoons and then put some tomato ketchup. You notice I didn't put any tomatoes in it. This is a proper sambal. The most important thing is to get the colors right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so
I've paused for now. Right, we're starting again now, and I'll just say, as a non-chef, to reiterate, this is a concentrated version. I just tasted it, and it's extremely spicy. But as chef says, you would dilute it for other use, add tomatoes for fried rice. Okay, over to chef.
right, so yeah, I think the onion is now soft enough, and that should be it. And all you need now is coconut rice with fish or omelets or tomatoes, potatoes, oh no, not potatoes, cucumber and salad, and that's your meal for the next
However long.
3 months.
Okay, well,
So,
thank you
there
very
we
much,
are.
chef.
Okay, so
There we go. So when it's done, you just turn the heat off and let it cool. Simple as that, yeah?
yeah, like I say, your final dish, you just take some out and then you dilute it with some water to the consistency you like, or just as is. And if you want to put fish or prawns, you can put it in at this moment, at this time. Or in Singapore, they put in little dried anchovies.
You can bill us.
Yeah, so there we are.
Okay.
It's now turned off, and
Thank you, chef.
well, good luck, and hopefully, yeah, show me your results when you were making it.
And that was how to make Singapore style.
Yeah, I wish I could send a courier to give it to you, because I have got plenty already in the freezer.
Okay, thank you very much, chef.
Yeah.